Welcome back to Mcoc Albany Rules. I got August 2021 Event Quest Chapter 2 Quest 2 2.2. Let's take a quick look at this path. I'll be taking the notes: Celestial Vision, Cosmic Attacker, 15% chance for unique buff to gain Vigilance. Nowhere to hide. Each time the defender miss effect is prevented, Cosmic Attackers gain Infinite Fury. Every 10 hits. Gotta watch the combo meter. Every 10 hits, the faltering effects last an additional second. Performance Anxiety. This is for the path specific. After the attacker uses a special attack, 15-second timer. If activates another, this timer will inflict with the glancing debuff. So that's for the last one. The glancing one's for this path specific. I'd already taken one path, unfortunately ran into an issue where it did not record correctly, so had to re-record a different path. This one has an extra node, but we'll see all the other ones, and I'll explain strategy for all the global nodes. Took a quick look at that boss, and with that boss, I'll get a little more into that when we get there. So we're going to have a very cosmic heavy team. Warlock is for the boss, is my plan for him. Guardian, I'm really only bringing for synergy. I don't plan on using Guardian. I plan on just using him for block proficiency synergy at this point, but we'll see how things go. So you have to watch the combo meter. But one tricky thing, Odin is great for these fights, but it kind of sucks. He has so many buffs. It's hard to see the combo meter with him. It really annoys me. There's just so many there, and it goes right over the combo meter. A key thing you need to understand is watch that combo meter. Every 10 hits, you're going to get a falter for a few seconds. You see that little purple with the magnifying glass? If that is up, when falter is up, attack, 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 because every missed one, you get a fury benefit. If it's not up, back the heck away and wait for falter to expire. We're going to see more as we go. This one takes a little bit. So the vigilance is up. That little purple with the magnifying glass, it came up again. It comes up based on a percentage of hits. So now I'm trying to get up to 20 hits for the falter come up, but I can't see the hit count. But I'm also using Odin how I use them. I do have a tutorial on how to use them. I see, okay, we see the red one with the falter. We see the blue magnifying glass up. So you see how I kept attacking there because those could not miss while that vigilance was up. So every time a miss failed, I gained a fury buff. I'm hoping that makes sense. So at the count of 10, if you got the purple up, attack as much as you can, including into block, because you gain those furies. You see I'm already up at 10 furies now. If you do not have that vigilance up when that is up, when falter comes up, just back away, wait for it to expire. Okay, and we'll see a little bit more of it. This one takes a little bit more thought than some of the nodes, especially like in Chapter 1. Some of them just keep hitting. The more hits, the better, like on the skill one. So I'm going to look at now. I'm going to change up my teams a bit. Going to move into Hyperion now. So here, again, look at the hit count. We do Parry heavies. We do another. These are 5-hit heavies, so this is going to get me to 10 hits. You see how the purple is up. The vigilance. Oh, but I was trying to get in there. One other thing that comes on the notes that I keep forgetting about is you cannot parry while the falter is up on these notes for some reason. So while the falter is up, the parry does not work. So if you're trying to parry to hit while falter is up with the vigilance, you might run into some issues. I figured I'd be taking some. Dex is not working very good still with the issues in the game. So a big reason I brought Guardian. I don't plan on using them. I'm trying to avoid using R3s in the Cavalier difficulty, knowing a lot of the viewers won't have a whole heavy stack of R3s. But I am going to use them as a 6-star for synergy. Knowing Dex is kind of messed up, knowing that there isn't going to be the parry availability on this while vigilance. While the falter is up, so figured it can help out, including in the boss fight where you get punished for dexting back too much on that one. I'll show you that one as we get there. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get my hit count to 10. Groups of 10 intervals. I'm hoping vigilance is up. If it is, I keep attacking in furies. If it's not, I back up, wait for it to go, and do it again. Hyperion specific is just parry heavies. We see I have 8 furies from the node. Okay, so we see that the falter was up, and you see I missed track of the hit count. I didn't see that falter was up right then. You saw how I missed. Again, if vigilance is not up when falter is up, that's going to happen. You can get very punished, so be careful. If vigilance is up, you actually get a reward, okay? I know I'm being repetitive on that, but it takes a little bit of watching, a lot going on, especially depending on what champ. Using somebody like Odin who has so many dang buffs, trying to keep an eye on all the buffs and trying to see through them to see the hit count, trying to see if you have vigilance while the hit count's going on at 10. It's kind of a pain. Kind of a pain on some champs, especially the buff heavy ones. So I used Odin once. I'm sorry, I used Hyperion once. I'm going to use them again. And so we got the vigilance is up from the hits. And it comes up percentage with the hits. I'm at a count of 5. I'm going to get to another count of 10. So I went to 9. That way I didn't have to parry. So I kind of realized part way in, wait a minute, if I stop at 9, if I get a vigilance, I can just parry before the falter comes up, and then I can do a 5-hit combo, maybe throw in a special too, and those are free can't misses, assuming vigilance is up. Because if I get to 10 and falters up, and the vigilance is up, I won't be able to parry. So then I'm trying to figure out what they do. If they have a special, I have to be careful. If they don't, I can maybe charge in, because even missed failed against block still counts as giving me furies. So we see some nice S3 goodness there. We see the failed miss. I've already got my 10 furies from the node. That's the max. So I'm not too worried about that now, but I still obviously have to pay attention to it, because if a falter comes up and I don't have vigilance and I attack, it's going to get just like what happened right there. It's easy to get wound up. I usually try to keep it in cycles of 10 so I don't get confused. I was off of my cycle. I was on a 9 instead of an even number of 10. Threw me off and miss. So it's easy to make a mistake. Find out what works for you. Usually doing groups of 5 can work the best. Easiest to keep track and not lose. Kind of hard to remember sometimes in the middle of the combo to stop, especially there's bus over going on the hit nodes and all that. Well, now we're looking at Mr. Abomination. So I'm going to whip out Hyperion again. I was originally going to use Captain Marvel movie for this one, who would work perfect too because poison immune. I already decided not to because I need an extra backup for the boss fight. The boss fight, I want to be ready. So we saw the falter, we saw the vigilance up, so we saw I kept attacking. I had 4 attacks that were missed. Failed misses that allowed me to get for the furies. I see it's up again, vigilance and falter. So now I'm up to 8. I got 4 furies each time. So just pay attention to that. To me, it's a lot going on. Watching the fight, watching a purple timer, watching a stupid falter timer, trying to remember not to parry while the falter is up. There's a lot going on. So we're going to see some mistakes. Maybe you're all better at multitasking 30 silly things at once, but yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and smacky dab dab this Abomination. Little nice heavy combo there. Kind of get out of his way, get out of the way of some misfills. I'm at my max of 10 furies now, and just in time for the fight to be over. Goody, good, good, good. Now we're going to take a stroll on down the path to get to AA Archangel. So let's break back out the Odin. I'm minimizing my use on CMM. I have a strategy plan for her I will share in a moment. However, let's do Odin. Do what I do with him. Odin, I love him. Super fun. I loved him before his buff, after his buff. I mean, he's ridiculous. I don't know how more people don't talk about him. People talk about his synergies, but I mean, him as a whole is ridiculous. I do have, well, his pre-buff tutorial and also his after-buff tutorial up on my channel. I can definitely see the difference in the two. But if you're not sure what I'm doing, be sure to check it out. I mean, this champ is so amazing. He's so much more than a synergy champ. He's ridiculous. He's really good for these nodes too. So we do see all these dang buffs. One of the things about him is all the buffs, but the more buffs he has, the more power, the more attack he can do, so it's very beneficial. The problem is it's super hard, depending on which buff is over the hit count, it's super hard to see through some of them, and keeping track of the hit count is super important. We see the 20, but I did have the vigilance up when we hit that 20 with the falter up, so I was able to keep going through and got myself some more furies. I'm at 6 furies now for the node specific items. One thing I'm trying to remember too, all these falter ones and all of these are on all of the nodes for this 2.2 event quest, August 2021. The extra one for this specific path is you can get a glancing debuff if you launch your special, a second special within 15 seconds. So I'm trying to remember that one too. Getting so many things going on. So if you see me getting some glancing damage, just because I forgot and I launched another special too quick together, but it shouldn't be that detrimental. If I do make that mistake, I prioritize what mistakes I can and which I focus on. Because a few mistakes are no biggie when there's too many things going on. So I wanted to wait for Captain Marvel for this fight for a couple of reasons. One, she's not metal. So I also wanted to bring her. My Hyperion, I've already used him in a few fights, so give him a break, save him just in case I need him for cleanup in the boss fight. I'm planning on a team by approach. For the boss fight, I'll go back later when I have more time after I do all my quests and chapter completions and maybe do a better video on how to fight the boss, but mainly I'm just going to be worried about getting him down now, including my committee by approach team. And part of that committee by approach is having a ramped up, ready to go Captain Marvel movie. So I want to have her mostly good health before the boss fight in case I have to use her. If I get lucky and I solo him and I don't have to use her, then I'm a happy person. I'm not holding my breath on that. New bosses, a bunch of weird nodes on there, learning all this stuff. I never bother to spend the time looking at the abilities of the champs on the new champs on the node. So the nodes I do, but not the actual new champs. So anyway, I want to be ready, have my plan going on. So again, my plan, if my plan A, Warlock, doesn't work, my plan B is Captain Marvel movie, but I want her ramped up. I don't want to have to waste the time, spend the time ramping her up. It's going to be harder based on a couple of the specific nodes on that. So I'm getting her up into the 25. I see the falter. I am not having good luck with vigilance. So I could not, you saw how I backed off. There was no vigilance up. So I backed up. Now it's vigilance after the falter goes. Thanks. That does me so much no good. But I have not been having good luck on timing that so far in this fight, which has slowed me down. Again, falter with no vigilance up. And I'm getting close to binary ignition, and there we go. So let's do some attack damage. I do not have Nick Fury with me, which means my ignitions are going to go super fast. I really don't like using her without Nick Fury, but looking at my team, looking at a few things, I almost brought him just for synergy. Wasn't sure how good he'd be on the boss, so I decided, you know what, I'll just go with her, but I'm going to come up with a plan. I'm going to get to my binary ignition, going to do as much damage. If I'm lucky and fortunate, I'll be able to finish the fight on my first ignition and be able to pull my ignition charges up higher. If not, I can just stall at the end of the fight, get myself back up to 25. I somehow went right through an unstoppable there, didn't see that one coming. And just throwing the unstoppable on top of the falters and the vigilances and the glancing, all this craziness. Okay, so I'm trying to get my count back up there. I'm at 11, so you see me switch to Parry Heavy mode. Alrighty. Get some damage done, but they just go so fast, though. So fast without the Nick Fury synergy. So what I'm realizing I might have to do is just let him go, just let him drop off. Get his health down, and before I knock down Magneto, get it back up to 25 and finish the fight then. That's my new plan. Kind of switch it up as I went, because then we see they dropped off. I see he's at 18% health, so I'm just going to kind of back off. I'm going to play kind of mellow. This fight's going to take a little bit longer. Oops, and missed the falter. Again, paying attention. That unstoppable caught me a couple times, so I was looking for that, and then I got hit with the dang falter. Alright, so I'm going ahead. Notice I'm also mainly trying to dex out those S1s. The S2 I'll get like 9 out of, probably 98 out of 100 times I'll dex it fine, but then there's always that 2% where I miss it, and I don't want to risk that 2% where the timing is kind of an awkward, clunky timing, because one of those will KO you. So I'm trying to be safe, and I'm trying to go ahead and dex out those S1s just to play safe at this stage of the fight. So now I'm just going to just kind of wait. I got him down to 5% health. So I'm just trying to get this binary ignitions. I'm going to get her to 25. And as soon as it ignites, I am going to end the fight. I have an S3. I have him at 4% health. I just need 2 more parries, 1 more parry, and boom. Okay, at 25, attack S3. He's at 2%. This should easily end the fight, which we see that 0% as she flies into space. Papowie. So there we go. Land superhero style 1 knee. What if that hurt the knee landing from space on 1 knee? I mean, that would just like bust the kneecap, wouldn't it? Maybe I shouldn't be analyzing a fighting Marvel comic based game, but fly from space and land on 1 knee. I mean, come on. I know it looks cool and all, but that doesn't sound very practical. Okay, enough rant. Let's look at this dude, Spider-Man. So heal block passive, so got a heal block, 8% energy inflicted, wither debuff, ability reduce the power by 150% for 10 seconds. If attack lands, hit timer reset. Okay, so got to try to keep hits in. Mighty charge 2, medium dash. I hate these ones. Defender purifies all active debuffs, immune to future debuffs. Okay, and unstoppable, parry after successful parry, power gain, attacker, never back down when attacker dashes back, regeneration time for 1.2 seconds, dash back again while the timer is up, will let the defender heal 7.5%. I mean, you can't do back-to-back decks, so you're going to keep healing him. The defender healing abilities cannot be reversed, but they can be paused. So I hate being limited on being able to dash back, but I don't want to keep healing him, so I was thinking, in theory, Warlock should be good. Keep him on, I can't intercept, otherwise, and I just, as I said, I can't intercept. I just tried, and the unstoppable. That is why you can't. He's got the unstoppable going when he's doing the dash heavy. So that already cost me half my health. Horrible way to start. So my goal is to try to minimize the medium attacks from Spider-Man 2099. I can do that by staying close. So I also want to be able to dash back. So I got that infection on him, and then haven't really understood Spider-Man specials yet. I rushed. I thought his special was over. I was wrong, and I got clipped when I rushed in too quick. So between the sloppy trying to intercept an unstoppable medium dash and rushing in too quick from the special, the last hit, thought it was done. So that sloppy play right there, just lack of familiarity on the champ, is what cost me. Warlock should work, though. Even though I only got him down to 63%, Warlock should work. And I'll probably try again later once I finish the rest of their walkthroughs and try to do a solo with him, try to get some more videos. But here is my plan B. This is why it took so long on that last fight. With Magneto, I got her ramped up so I could just jump on in and do some massive damage. I'm doing committee by approach at this stage. I obviously didn't get the solo, so I'm just going to do as much damage as I can with her. I am just going to rock and roll. And then I'm staying close. I'm trying to get that S2 out. I remember I can't dex it all the way back, otherwise I'm going to heal him. So I'm having to take some block damage. That is why I brought Guardian. I didn't bring Guardian to play and messed up on that medium dash with that unstoppable. I don't just want to be blowing through and muscling through everything with R3s. I just brought him for the synergy, and any Guardian will work. So I just wanted the block proficiency. I know Dex is still broken. I knew I can't Dex this fight. Well, Warlock you can once you get infection up, but then again I made many mistakes. So I knew I was going to need my block proficiency. So I brought I brought Guardian specifically for that purpose, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to get tempted to try to dash back and give the regeneration to Spider-Man 2099. Committee of approach works. No revives, no boost, no health, none of that junk. Just a smack dabby dab dab boom chuckalaka. So down he goes. Wasn't the prettiest fight, but I'll try to do another one later once I have the ability and finish the walkthroughs. Try to give you something a little cleaner, hopefully. Don't forget to click that top left icon, subscribe to Mcoc, Al Bundy Rolls, turn those notifications on. Don't forget my monthly EQ tutorial walkthroughs. Don't forget playlist. Don't forget my tutorial playlist, all the good stuff. Share the videos and don't forget to like. Thanks for watching.